Today is Monday, March 28th, and it's time for our weekly meeting highlights. And this week it's about how to actually achieve your goals. Once again, another topic that really hits home with me. But anyway, we always start off with how I did on my weight loss. I told you I was going to have a loss this week. I really followed my menu plan. I cut down on my carbs. So how did I do? Let's check it out. I lost 0.6, brought my weight to 238, and with a total loss of 66.2. I've reached an age where I'm not going to have huge losses anymore, but I am fine with a 0.6 loss. I still enjoyed my week. I ate out with my girlfriend on Thursday. I made some smart choices during the week. I'm very happy with the 0.6 loss. So I do think I achieved my goal for the week of having a loss. Would have liked a bigger loss. I'm going to be honest. I would have liked a bigger loss, but I'll take it. 0.6, it's a loss. It's still on the loss column, so I think I like that. I like that a lot. But now they're going to tell us how to actually achieve your goals. It's no surprise that the closer we are to achieving something, the more likely we are to do it. So what if your goal feels like it's going to take forever to get to? Here's how to make it reachable. Okay, if you followed me for a long time, you know I started my journey on December 31st, 2016, weighing 304.2. I weighed 238 today. I always tend to regress and tell you how I did before my best loss. I was down to 209, but then things happened and I gained back 30 pounds almost. And I get really discouraged when I say that. So I shouldn't say it because I'm a firm believer what you put out into the universe comes back to bite you. I really do. So I want to only put positive vibes out into the universe. So I'm not really proud of the fact that I've gained weight, but I could have gained a lot more. I really could have gained a lot more, but I kind of kept it in check, and I'm really back on the losing thing. I really thought after 5 years that I'd be in my maintenance stage right now. Unfortunately, I'm not, but I still am enjoying my life, working my way to my goal, and this is just what's destined for me to be slow to get to my goals, but it's never going to stop me from trying to reach them. I definitely will try to reach them. So they tell you this. Let's say your goal is to do 50 push-ups. Does that feel impossible? Probably, because it's the number that's daunting and you're convinced it'll take forever to achieve, or you don't even know where to start. Okay, my goal is just to get down to Wonderland, which now is almost 40 pounds. I can do it. I know I can do it. But I'm not going to say that I got to lose 40 pounds to get to Wonderland. What I'm going to do is just go like, I got to lose 8 pounds to get into the next set of numbers. So I've just set a small little 8-pound goal, or 8.1, because that'll actually put me, because I'm exactly 238. An 8.1 goal. And then when I get into the 20s, then just set the next goal. If I look at the Wonderland goal of 40 pounds, it's too daunting. It's just definitely too daunting. And it kind of puts me in the frame of mind of, it's just so far, is it really worth it? And especially at my age, when I was I was 66, and I could lose weight really fast. Well, not really fast. Not as fast as when I was in my 20s. But I lost it a lot faster than I'm doing now that I'm in my 70s. And it gets harder the older you get, but it's never impossible. It just takes a little bit longer. That's all. And where am I going? I always say that. Where am I going? I'm just heading on the path of weight loss. And so I feel like I'm eating healthier. I feel better. Health-wise, I have really, other than my thyroid, I have really no health issues. So, yeah, a little bit of high blood pressure, I guess. But, I'm at an age where there's always going to be something. My organs have been around for 71, almost 72 years, and they've been working hard for me. So if I can make it a little easier on them by eating properly and giving them the right tools to keep my body healthy, I'm going to keep continuing to do that. So number 2, instead of focusing on all those push-ups, create a smaller goal that's closer to where you are right now and work towards that. 5 push-ups should be more than enough. I could use an example of my walking. When I was over 300 pounds, I could barely walk a quarter of a mile. And I would start off with that and I would be so winded and so out of breath, and I kept thinking, is it really? I'm never going to do it. But I was determined, and so each day when I would get out, I would make myself go out each day, and I would walk one house further because I live in a subdivision. So I would walk my quarter mile and then one house. And then the next day I'd walk the quarter mile to one house plus one more house. At my best, I was up to 4 miles a day. No, not 4 miles, 3 miles a day. I was up to 3 miles a day. Now I'm pretty much like a mile and a half. I have to get back up there. It's because I kind of slacked during the winter here, and I told myself that I was going to buy a treadmill, and I just didn't. And I really do plan next winter because I've reached an age where I'm always afraid I'm going to fall on the ice or slip on the snow, like a black ice or something. Black ice, if you're not familiar, is like, not everybody has ice where they live. But black ice is where you're walking along and it looks like it's all smooth sailing, and there's like a little sheet of ice that you don't really see because it's kind of invisible. And so they call it black ice. And you can fall just as fast as if you're walking on a regular ice pond. So I don't walk outside, and I think that made a difference for me as far as having more issues this past winter than I did the previous winter. But I'm determined. It's really cold this week, though. I mean, I don't mind the cold, but the wind is so bitter, and it blows you back. It's just really, really windy. I know, Sandy, you're making excuses, but when I went to get in the car, I couldn't hold the door open long enough to get into the car. And then when I finally climbed up, because it's a truck and you got to climb up into it, the door slammed on me like, get your butt in there. It's like you're taking too long because it's really windy. But number 3 is, did you achieve your goal? Chances are you're feeling pretty positive and more likely to keep going. Think of the next step on your ultimate plan. How does 5 more push-ups this month sound? Like I said, make small little goals. Don't say, like I said last week, I would take any loss. And usually in the past, if I didn't have at least a full pound loss, I'd get discouraged and think, why am I doing this for 1 pound? I can put on a pound overnight. I can put on 3 pounds overnight, if I'm going to be honest. I can put 3 pounds on overnight. But then it's going to take me almost a month to lose that 3 pounds. And so I have to really kind of consider, is it really worth that extra binge, as they say, to put on 3 pounds and then know it's going to take you forever? And so I've just decided I'm going to accept any kind of a loss, no matter how small, and just move on from there, because I always like to see a little minus sign when I put it in my calendar rather than the plus sign, as anybody would. So they tell you to dive a little deeper. The definition of a goal gradient effect is the closer we get to a goal, the harder we try to achieve it. You know what? That's really true, because I was so close to Wonderland, but then I really sabotaged myself. And I've really done a lot of hard thinking on that, because I was within 9 pounds of getting into Wonderland. And I really sabotaged myself. And I can't even blame it on the pandemic, because on 2020 I lost 25 pounds. So I can't even say it was because of that. During the pandemic is when I got my closest to Wonderland. But I just really thought really deep and hard on that, and I just felt like I didn't deserve it. And I don't know why I didn't think I could deserve it. And so that's just something I'm really working on in my own self, is why did I think that I couldn't achieve it? And so I sabotaged myself, and I gained 30 pounds. And so now I'm working my way back there, trying to work through the process of trying to figure out why I sabotaged myself when I got so close. And I'm not going to do that again. The thing that we think is the farther you get from your goal, you say, I don't feel like you doing it. I'm really less motivated. But the closer you get to your goal, you think, I'm a little bit more motivated. I find, for me, I'm more motivated when I'm farther away. I know that seems strange, doesn't it? But although you'd never know it, because I've been gaining weight the last couple months. But I'm really motivated this time, like they say. I really am motivated to get to my goal. So no matter what the goal is, filling out that punch card, mastering a push-up, it can be super discouraging if the ultimate goal is too far away or too challenging. But if you move the goalposts for what you're trying to achieve closer, then things will feel pretty different. So breaking down goals into smaller steps can not only help you build confidence that you'll be successful, it can also build up some serious momentum to push you forward. And I so agree with that, because I think my whole attitude this week changed I've told you in the past, when I go to a restaurant, I'm going to order my favorite foods. I'm not going to make a different, like I'm not going to deprive myself, as I like to think of it, of foods that I enjoy. But before I went with my friend, I really looked over the menu. I really studied it. I went to the different sites because it was just a local restaurant, not one that's in the WW app. And I checked different restaurants to compare the sandwich with like 3 different restaurants that, like had the same type of a sandwich, and came up, and I took the highest point one from I didn't pick the lowest, I picked the highest point one, and I still made a healthy choice. Went out with my friend, enjoyed myself immensely, and had a 0.6 loss. We've known in the past that if I go out to eat, I tend to have a gain the following week. I'm going out on Wednesday for my sibling dinner with my brother and my sisters, and I have already planned out my menu. I've already looked at the site, once again, a local restaurant, but went on to some different sites that serve the same type of food because it's an Italian restaurant, and I found out what I'm going to have, and I'm going to stay within my points that day. I am determined to have another loss next week. It might not be a huge loss, but it's going to be a loss, and I'm going to be happy with it. The recipe this week is for seasoned air-fried polenta fries. 3 points on my plan. Any fries are 3 points on my plan, it seems like. But it's cooking spray, fat-free, ready-to-eat polenta. Now, I've never had polenta, so I don't even know what it is. Let me know in the comments below what it is, because it looks like some type of a potato, but it's probably not. Some garlic powder, some smoked paprika, chili powder, kosher salt, and a fat-free marinara sauce. But they look like French fries. I just use my Ore-Ida French fries that are 3 points, so I'm definitely not going to be making these. These might be a little bit healthier. I don't know. Does it say anything with the health thing? It doesn't say anything with that. But anyway, 238 this morning, a 0.6 loss, total of 66.2. I'm very happy with that. I'd be happier with a bigger loss, obviously, but I told you my new plan is just to be happy with any loss, and I'm telling you, I'm happy with that. And I think I'm going to be have another successful week, and I'm going to have another loss next week, and I'm going to steadily chip away and get into the 20s, because that's my next set of goals, is getting into the 20s. And so stick with me and watch me get there, because I will get there. But how did you guys do? And what are the goals that you're trying to achieve that kind of seem kind of out of your reach, but you know you can reach them? Because we all have goals that we know we can reach if we just try. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get out there and walk. Maybe not today, but I am going to get out there and walk. I don't have to worry about ice. It's just the wind knocking me down, because it's a really strong wind. But maybe it'll calm down later on, and I'll go for a walk then. So, but if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, share it if you think somebody might like to see it. As always, stay safe, and I will see you here either next week or on my daily vlog. Talk to you guys soon.